had my entire video recorded that I had to put back on hold and make this video instead because I could not believe the news that I was seeing today. And we will release that video tomorrow still. It's already been made. Don't worry about it. But man, this is shocking stuff to see one of the biggest organizations in the game leave the scene. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 95K before the end of the year, and I think we're definitely going to do it. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. So there's going to be a lot of reading in this. There's a lot of context to give you guys here. Some of this stuff I saw myself. Some of this stuff people tagged me in. So thank you guys for all of that. But it started with C9 Naughty saying, I'm officially an unrestricted free agent as of today. Gave a twit longer as well. But before you start wondering why in the world all of this happened, I actually got tagged in another post from this, and this was coming from Nico. Thank you for tagging me in this, Nico. That came from Alpha Intel that said Cloud9 has now officially left Apex Legends Esports, releasing their entire roster, Stay Naughty, Rocker, and JMeyels. So one of the biggest organizations, if not the top 3 biggest organizations or so in the game right now, has left the entire scene of Apex Legends Esports. Before we get into what these players specifically had to say, back September 15th, Team Liquid's Brandon Nocturnal also made this post saying, with the heavy heart as of today, we are allowed by Team Liquid to field offers for our roster. We're entertaining all offers, be it solo or as a whole. We have control over our pro league spot and we're hungrier than ever. Do not hesitate on this world-class roster. I think this is the indication and context that is in this next tweet I'm about to read, but it looks like, you know, Liquid's trying to get out of the scene as well. They're trying to just simply sell this roster and get out. Jordan Smash also made a tweet here saying Apex Legends is now losing Liquid and Cloud9, and even the players saying things like, quote, yeah, EA does not support the esports scene should really close any doubt about how bad EA has mismanaged the IP. And he quoted that from JMeyels' twit longer saying he's now free agent, co-IGL, IGL, or support, reflecting on past and explaining the Cloud9 situation, saying, first off, I want to say how crappy of a situation this is. I feel 100% confident without org problems, we would be sticking together. Cloud9 sponsorships were hit and had to dramatically cut back on their budget for 2023 because of the economy. Also, EA doesn't support the esport at the level they need to, and that affected it as well. It had nothing to do with Apex, and I know they had faith in us to build something great, just no resources to field a roster. So good on JMeyels to call out EA about how bad they're supporting the scene. And I want to throw this in there. You know what would have probably helped a little bit? If you guys don't remember, a while back, Apex Legends had these team organization skins that were made and they were trying to add them to the game. However, all the orgs were, you know, wanting like a little bit of revenue share because it's their organization, it's their logo on the skins, and people are going to buy their skins because they want to support their team. It has nothing really to do with the Apex skins itself. Like for instance, when I bought the CDL packs in Call of Duty, I bought the Florida one because the colors were really cool, and that's Florida Mutineers colors. I bought the Optic one because I love watching Optic. I bought the LA Thieves because I love watching LA Thieves. I didn't buy it because Call of Duty released a new color skin. If that was the case, I'd buy all their color skins. I bought it because specifically of the CDL team. Same concept could have been said about these skins, but EA did not want to give these organizations a revenue split, but instead they wanted to pay them a flat rate so that they could just release the skins and keep all the money. It was not outrageous for these orgs to be asking for a percentage of these skins so that they could have some of the revenue, considering they are the reason that people are buying the skin. Once again, EA's money hungry ways are showing through, and I'm telling you, bro, EA is what's harming this community more than ever. Even I'm Madness said, always a sad day when an organization leaves Apex. EA, please wake up. If you guys remember when the game first came out, we had a lot of esports organizations coming into the scene because they all thought this game was going to be the next big thing. And obviously Apex did very, very well for quite some time, and it's still obviously doing very, very well. However, a lot of these organizations saw that EA was not taking care of this esports scene whatsoever. A lot of those guys bailed, including 100 Thieves. Now we know 100 Thieves is obviously back in the scene now, but it was very obvious that EA was not taking care of the scene. And the only reason that many of these players came back, or many of these teams came back, is because they saw the massive viewership that came from the ALGS World Championship, where they began to realize, okay, maybe this game is worth getting into. When you have teams like Cloud9 literally leaving the scene and having to drop their entire roster, even teams like Team Liquid trying to get out of the Apex scene, it is not a good look. Those are two of like the top 5 orgs in the game, and you do not want to lose these guys. The even sadder thing is EA is going to have no urgency whatsoever to get teams like this back. They're not going to try to make things right. They'll just be like, uh-oh, whatever, another one bites the dust. So it's super unfortunate. I've also heard recently, I'm not 100% sure if this is true, but like apparently EA forces content to come out, like skin related content to come out like every so often. And even if you don't have something ready or planned, or even if you wanted to make a roadmap or change the way that they release content, EA is like not going to let it happen. And they know, hey, we make great money off of this 3-month thing, collection event stuff. We got to keep doing this, keep pumping out new skins. So if that is true, which I wouldn't be surprised if it was, it's super unfortunate that Respawn's kind of held under that thumb. However, that was not the only drama that was going on in the ALGS scene yesterday. You guys might know big streamers like Taxi2G, Cocoa Puffs. Well, they had quite a lot of drama as well, and it turned out pretty nasty. So while they were playing the ALGS, Taxi2G, I think, was playing with Cruisin' and Cocoa Puffs, and they fell into a lot of drama. They fell into a lot of disagreements, and for whatever reason, Taxi just decided to quit in the middle of the day. Did not even finish out the tournament, didn't finish out the day, just got off and left and went to go play pubs. So of course people were calling him out for this and saying, bro, you know, at the end of the day, you've got to finish out the day. Don't be a sore loser. Don't quit like that, you know. And I even said, when I responded, I actually understood his frustrations. I saw the clips and I was like, you know, I could see why he was a little upset. However, you can't leave and just get off like that and expect people to respect you. When people started to see this and they started to roast Taxi decided to come out with these tweets that honestly made no sense, saying things like, it's honestly freeing when small stuff like this happens. Not really that small. I mean, you left in the middle of ALGS. A lot of people were watching, and that's your reputation. Anyway, saying stay fake and stay chasing that clout. Yeah, I don't really know what clout they're chasing by criticizing you for leaving in the middle of a tournament. He began to make these tweets right here. These are the reasons why I left. Constant gaslighting last time we played as well, and then ignoring. You go through these clips, and I actually responded saying, like, I understand your frustrations. Like, they were not listening to him. They were not, like, kind of following him. They were leaving when he was saying that he was challenging. Then they said that he wasn't challenging. It totally made sense. However, also said, look, at the end of the day, leaving in the middle of a tournament is lame, and you can't expect people to respect you for that. I mean, that is just textbook crybaby energy, and you just cannot expect people to get behind that. He was even responding to some of the people saying, you know, I guess you're entitled to your opinion, blah, blah, blah. But whenever I said it, he just blocked me. And like Taxi does, he began to go on a blocking spree and blocking everybody. So when I made a tweet yesterday saying I joined the club and showing that I got blocked, literally everybody came to comments and says, yeah, don't worry, we all got blocked too. Don't get me wrong, I'm completely for, you know, block whoever you want to block. It's your social media. You can do whatever you want. But what I'm just saying is something is weird with a lot of these younger guys who have just found that, you know, if things get hard, if things get tough, just bail out, block everybody. Don't listen to them. Don't worry about it. You don't owe an answer to anybody. And that's partially true. You don't owe an answer to anybody, but people have been taught that you can just get away and not face people anymore like you used to. So instead of going to someone and say, hey, this is what I'm sick of, this is what has got to stop, and I'm tired of all of this, start to lack really bad communication skills, because at any point in time you've just decided you can bail and block everybody. This is a super weird illustration, but I also think it's the same concept of like breaking up with people over text. Like, instead of going to the girl and say, hey, here's why things aren't working out, here's why I can't do this anymore, you're so scared of her reaction back to you and how you're gonna feel and how you might get your feelings hurt from her, you just decided, you know, send it over text, send it over social media, then block her. You don't have to see nothing that she said. You don't have to hear her response, get your feelings hurt. That's the same type of energy that this is. I don't know, but the main point of the video, yes, there was a lot of ALGS drama. The biggest of it is that obviously Cloud9 left the scene, and it sucks to see, man. I really hate that they even said things like EA is not taking care of the esports scenes. It sucks to see on such a big and, you know, a game that has so much potential. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as always, and until the next time, I'll see you later, Gators.